Hello and welcome. This is a second in a series of discussing the discrepancies in shipping terms between China and Taiwan. Of course, universal terms, the Incoterms 210 2010, are used around the world in English, and translated into Chinese, there are some minor discrepancies with some of the terminology from that itself, and also from some other more common shipping terms. Alright, so very quickly, we have three very easy terminologies today. Let's take a look at it. The first one here is the liner service itself, as opposed to tramper service. And so, liner service in Taiwan, you'll most likely hear
定期船运输
Whereas in China, in contrast and stuff, you'll see
班轮运输
Alright, and this is just the liner service itself. Now if you want to say tramper service, it's a very easy switch, as opposed to 定期, you would just add 不, so our 不, so 不定期, 船运输 would just be your tramper service. And also remember, if you're coming from China, this second 定期 is actually going to be pronounced 定期, simply because the 期 will become a flat tone when you're pronouncing it in China. And if you want more of that, we have a lot of lessons on tonal changes between China and Taiwan, so please watch them. Alright. Next moving on is the actual container itself. Alright. Oh, and in Taiwan, you'll most commonly hear
货柜
and in China, in the professional arena, you'll hear
集装箱
The reason I say professional arena is because in China, it's actually 货柜 is still very common and understood. When I was there, we did our contracts. We also use 货柜 and 集装箱, just depending on the situation. So you'll hear both of them. Whereas in Taiwan, I believe the actual 集装箱 is not as common. A lot of people will not be familiar with what you're talking about. Alright, so moving on, the last terminology today is the issuing bank. Alright, and by issuing bank, we're referring to the LC, the letter of credit. Alright, so here we go. Please, in Taiwan, you'll most commonly hear
开状银行
Alright, and again, that 状 comes from the 信用状, the LC, translated in the Taiwanese Mandarin. Alright, then over here is
开正行
so the issuing bank is what in Chinese Mandarin. And this 正 right here, of course, comes from the 信用正, the actual letter of credit as used in Chinese Mandarin as opposed to Taiwanese Mandarin. Alright, if you have any more questions or any other terminology you have questions on, be happy to answer them the best I can. And just leave a message. Thank you.